Hello everybody, this is Yoko Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Parallel World Pharmacy episodes 3 and 4. I'll probably try and work on more tonight, maybe. But, yeah, we find out that the country is ruled by an empress, and she has apparently been sick for God knows how long. And when I heard something about her lungs, I was like, it's either... There were essentially 3 big ones that we know of. Lung cancer, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. Lung cancer has no cure. Not that they could create anyway, because that involves chemotherapy and radiation, and obviously that sort of stuff does not exist in this world. He can't just create that. So if that was lung cancer, essentially they wouldn't be able to do anything. However, it ended up being tuberculosis. And he found this out by obviously using his ability to see illnesses and diagnose them. And he had offered a new cure he had claimed was out that could cure the White Death, which is what they call it. And obviously everybody is very skeptical, including his father, because so far nobody has found a cure for it. And essentially, like I said in the reaction, I mean, they expect her to die from this, to be completely honest. Sooner or later, she will die if they do not cure her. So what harm is it letting him try to help her, giving her some kind of hope, even if it ends up being in vain? It's still hope. Because either way, if he fails, if he doesn't do anything, she would die. If he fails, she would die anyway. What's the harm in trying? Because who knows, it might be something that would actually work. And obviously he has to barricade himself in the room so he could do this, because he can't really let anybody see what he's doing. However, his father is persistent and bangs on the door until he breaks through, and even turns his wand on him, asking him, what the heck are you doing? What are you trying to make? And he finally convinces his father that, yeah, I was granted wisdom from the god of medicine to be able to cure this, so let me do what I gotta do. And thankfully his father does let him do it. And he goes and administers the cure, but it's going to take 6 months of treatment in order to be able to fully cure her. That makes sense. There's no cure-all that happens instantly for tuberculosis. And I think most people in the world do know this, because when you get tuberculosis, that's not a good thing, because I think that's transferred by bodily fluids, at least blood. And he actually made that little microscope he was talking about, and he showed them what was causing her illness, the bacteria. And everybody was shocked and had no clue what the heck was going on or what those things were or anything. And he tells them that they're bacteria, that they're very, very small creatures that can make people sick. And this particular one will get killed by the medicine that I'm giving her. So essentially he just introduced the idea of bacteria into the world. And the first, antibiotic. I'm surprised. Does he end up telling her about the chickenpox thing? Because I'm sure that they could benefit from that as well. And apparently this sort of thing is apparently heretic from, I guess, the church, which we have not gotten to see yet. But thankfully, what he's able to do does help her. And one of her attendants, or her son's attendants, asks him, well, what would you want as a reward should she come through all right? And he ends up finally deciding that he wants to be able to make a pharmacy to be able to cater to all people, common or noble, to help them with their illnesses, because the medicines in this world are probably not very good. And it also shows how dedicated his father is when it comes to medicine, because he figured out what her having the White Death in the first place before all this started. He knew without having to have a dang superpower on him, like he does. Anyway, they end up going to meet the Empress after she is cured, and he ends up becoming not an apprentice anymore. He is a full-fledged pharmacist. And now he is granted his own pharmacy in the capital. And probably I don't know how fast that was, but it was like, I'm assuming the next day. They have many teams over there at the house asking him for plans on how to build the building. And thankfully he's able to come up with something, and he ends up dubbing it Parallel World Pharmacy. Okay. Anyway, the head of the Pharmacist Guild comes over and starts talking to him, and he insinuates that Pharm looks down on commoner pharmacists because he won't join the guild, because he declined it. But then again, the guy said that they don't normally accept nobles. It's for commoners. Like, what do you expect him to do? Say, I refuse, I'm going to join. Like, he has enough self-respect to not attack, not push when he's told no. Besides, he's planning on apparently making things affordable, which I'm surprised he did not hire some bodyguards to protect this place, because it would not surprise me if they go with a plot where some of the other pharmacists are getting jealous and angry that people are going to his pharmacy instead of theirs, and they try to attack the pharmacy and destroy it or steal the supplies and stuff. So, yeah, he better have some dang bodyguards, because I'm sure, I don't know if he's thought of that or not, but I hope he has, because that is a very real possibility. But, yeah, I am curious to see how the show will go, because we got 8 more episodes left, and I will see you guys in the next video.